Good evening, everybody. Hope everyone is well. Can you hear me all right? And can you hear the game clanking away in the background? Hopefully you can see me. If you can't hear me, say yes. Oh dear. Right. So tonight, Frankfurt S-Bahn, or as it's called in the game, S-Bahn Rhine-Main. Not gonna lie, spent a few minutes trying to find Frankfurt S-Bahn in the game. Only to wonder why it wasn't installed, only to then find out it wasn't called Frankfurt S-Bahn. So yeah, it's called S-Bahn Rhine-Main in the game. As you can see here, this is what you need to look for when you're looking for. So what we're going to do? I thought I'd do this one and do these two, and then see how things go. We'll see how the time is. So let's do that one and press the go button. Vomixer! It's been minutes. Oh, this is good. I like this one. It's lovely detailed route, lovely detailed train. Welcome to your morning journey into Frankfurt. You're scheduled to leave at 7:15. Let the passengers board. Good luck. Doors. Excellent. Alright, so on that one and that one. Good. That one. Got doors. Why does it sound like a diesel? Fans ahoy. It seriously sounds like I'm on a diesel. Can't see a diesel. Never mind. This route does go underground to the train station. In fact, we are heading to Frankfurt Süd, which should be in this sort of general area, I expect. Südbahnhof, there you go. Which I believe this is all in the underground area with the trams. I like it's not the doors that's clicking, Ed. It's PZB's micro switches because it's gone straight into start program. Doors are shut, got a light, restricted speed to proceed from here. Dominic, I am doing very well, thank you. Release from that monitoring, hold it to 40 kilometers an hour. Next station is Oberursel. Above 40 now. Clear the junctions. Oh no. Some junctions here. So U-Bahns are present on this route, yes, okay. 70 limits. .6 kilometers to Oberursel. Headlights on. And up to Oberhausen. Green, green, which means we're good to keep going at high speed. Right, 1000 hertz restriction as we're coming down to an 80 limit. Down below the 85, so I'm going to pull off the brakes and keep some speed up as we come into station. What difference between this 423 and the 425? Actually, I don't know. Usually the differences are along the lines of door heights and things like that from it, but I don't know. I know the 426 is, I think it's a 2-car unit when it's got low doors. Game is a bit loud, is it? There you go. How's that? That's going to flip into restriction shortly, if it hasn't already. There we go, we've flipped into restriction. Currently running early. Yes. Johnny LR, driving the Saturn to Carlisle in a Class 50, washing away your lockdown blues. What better, what a great way to do it. Right, we're in restriction, but we have a green, so let's get going and then pull it out of restriction. Out of restriction, throttle up, 80 kilometers an hour. Next station, Stierstadt. How do I hide through F3? So that's the normal HUD. Press F3 to switch it. So it's F4 and F3 to switch between the two different HUDs. Going down a hill, so I'm just maintaining the speed. 120 kilometers an hour limit coming up. That's the notice of the 120. Wait for the whole train to be in it, although we're not really going to get to speed up much, but I'm going to speed up a little bit. And start slowing down. Come off the grade, just slow down a bit faster. He's up on the brakes, we still need to get to the other end of the platform. Oops. Shouldn't have eased up on the brakes. Never mind. Not my worst stop. I've done worse, let's be honest. Let's be honest, I've done worse. Hey there, Jim, how's it going? That ticking noise is the is when relays are used to turn these lights on and off that are here. I really like it, it's a really nice touch. But some people might find it stupendously annoying. PB600, the BR45 has a coach, as at every coach, 2 doors. The BR43 has 3 doors. so much more rapid at getting on and getting off. Right, we've not got any kind of PZB craziness going on, so we can accelerate to the limits. Steinbeck is the next one. This route is sort of punctuated by having lots and lots and lots and lots of stops. It's a very stop-start route, this one. It's alright, we're well early. Well early. Are we going underground on this trip, we ask Flying Scotsman? I think we are. What is RSC? RailSimulator.com, Dominic Clarick. It's the original company that Dovetail Games came out of. Or renamed from. Or words to that effect. Any new DLC coming out for Xbox One? The M3 has just been released, Bogey, but there's nothing else been announced yet. Right, nothing crazy on PZB. F. Rodelheim. Frankfurt Rodelheim, I guess that is. Another green light, 120 kilometers per hour speed limit. Carry on at the limit, 5.5 kilometers. Going downhill, so we don't need all the power. Just let it coast up to the speed limit now. Forza Horizon Driver, little life hack for you. Go to Google and type literally this into the search thing: 120 kmh space in space mph. You can type all sorts of things like that, and Google will do the conversions for you. Like you could say 30 centigrade in Fahrenheit or 30 C in F, and it will do the temperature conversion for you. Google is really handy for that stuff. What trains do I enjoy driving more, passenger or freight? Passenger if there's lots of start stops, like something like this. Freight if there's lots of pickups, drop-offs or switching. Freight that's just a long run down the line is less interesting for me, and passenger that's just blasting down a railway line at high speed is less interesting. They're all interesting, but it's just on the scale of preference. I want to drive. I'm here to drive the train, not to babysit it. We are on S5 Bad Homburg to Frankfurt Sud. Coming up on Frankfurt Rodelheim. Just letting it coast now. Coming in reasonably well, about a minute ahead of schedule actually, but it looks like a minute and a half ahead of schedule. So we're doing alright. Hey Francis, I'm glad you're enjoying the streams. My favourite British rail class, do you mean out of current rail operations? That would be the Class 395. The Javelins. I like the newer Class 68 locos, they're nice, they're really interesting to drive, they're really interesting to look at, they sound awesome. I've always been a fan of the Class 66 sheds. Of the older stuff, something like a 37. But I've also liked the 31. We used to have a Class 31 go through my local station when I was growing up, on the Harwich boat train. There was a Class 31, and that was great. That was great. We'd have 47s coming in, hauling the Disson Norwich train. 31 coming in once in a while for the Harwich train, and 37s coming through with freight. I mean, we didn't know what we had back then when I was train spotting. Just didn't appreciate it at all. These days, the trains are nice, and I quite like the look of the new ones, but it's just not got that visceral feeling of a diesel thundering past. No, do not say the M word, Vormik. Never say the M word. A silver train? I don't know what you mean, Boki. This is not TSW, this is Train Simulator 2020. You feel somehow threatened. Welcome, Climmy. Right, let's get going. Frankfurt Westbahnhof. 100 limit from this, from the next point on. Weston's warships and Hymex, yeah, you can't beat them. Only me, no, this is a BR-423. As you can see from the number. Signal got covered up by the trees. Green with green, green, still good to go. It's 0 for the destination boards, is it? I never remember how to do that. I'm used to playing around on computer screens these days to set the FAS. Right, let's drop the speed to the 80. Take advantage of the uphill run into Frankfurt Westbahnhof. What's the horn like? No, it's not that. I don't know what the horn button is. Face doesn't do anything. My favourite American steamer? Oh, the Hudson J3A. And stop. Right. Destinations is 0 apparently. Where are we going to anyway? S5 Frankfurt Süd. Or is it just S-Bahn Rhine-Main? 2, 3, 4. Frankfurt Süd! Why are there no Long Island City services in Long Island Railroad? Because there's really only 1 or 2 a day in reality. It's not a third rail service station. It's serviced by the diesels. You'll notice most of the platforms don't have third rail on them. Frankfurt Messe. I keep missing the signals and therefore not knowing quite what they were. NJ Transit, I'm literally just streaming on my dad's model railway, which is 00 HO gauge, mostly 00. If there's no third rail, they're not going to go a long way at all, folks. Should we have a look outside? Time to go. What's next? Galesfahrt. We're into the more dense area now as we're in Frankfurt. And looks like that's when we dive underground. Does the main specific route actually go to Frankfurt? In reality, I can't remember where it goes actually. I know the next destination beyond Commuter is Würzburg. Is that westbound to Frankfurt, Clement? Or does it carry on via Würzburg to Frankfurt? Oh, it's from Würzburg to Frankfurt, okay. Multi-clicks as the doors close. We're in restricted monitoring because we stopped. Watch our 40 limits. Vomit, you want me to make station announcements? Why? Why would you want me to destroy more of the German language than I already am? Right, let's accelerate up to the 60. Coming in a Hauptbahn off. As you dive underground. We're off the grade. I don't have to fight quite so hard on the e-brakes. That's it. Coming into Frankfurt Bahnhof. Forza Horizon driver Sam will be here tomorrow. And I will be here the day after. I think we're back on a daily alternating schedule now. Are the tunnel scenery assets or track assets? I believe they are scenery assets. There's sort of two schools of thoughts when it comes to doing an underground route. One of them is that you lower the whole ground down and build the route up way above ground as if it was flying. The other one is that you actually build it underground. The latter is actually a lot harder. The former just makes no sense. unless you forget what underground and overground mean. Right, Taunuslang. Taunushanlage. Frankfurt T. Frankfurt T. Next station is Frankfurt T. Ooh, T. What map is this? This is S-Bahn Rhine-Main, or also known as Frankfurt S-Bahn. Whoever asked that, but I can't see. Speed NYC, that was who asked what map this was. It's this map. So we started up at Bad Homburg, which is here. We are now at that one, Frankfurt T. Looks like we've got some tube train, underground U-Bahn trains there. We're going to wander around there, round to S-Bahn off, and finish off at Stressmanol, which is the yard. Right. Coming up for Frankfurt H. Game is too loud, is it? Alright then. I'll turn it down a bit. Let me just get stopped. How are we doing time-wise? Oh, what's going on here? I'm running a bit late. It's all these relaxed starts and stops I've been doing. Is that better on the volume? U-Bahn! Right, let's give it beans. We need to get Frankfurt K. That's not my signal. Ah! That's not my speed. I should be slowing down. Many more of the slowing downs. They overlap at around McKinley because they're both in Frankfurt. So on the Frankfurt U-Bahn route, you'll see the BR423s, and on the S-Bahn route, you'll see the U-Bahns. We're not running that much later. We're not running that much later. 10 or 15 seconds. Enough for the scoring to kick me in the backside. Oh no, full points! I lost a bunch of points getting there, so let's try not to break the speed limit this time as we go to East End Street. This is your local stop, is it, Clemmy? Stop over-speeding and leaking my score away, you. Ostendstrasse. Oh, I'm definitely going to blame the chat, Taylor. I'm definitely blaming chat. Everything that goes wrong is chat's fault. You should know this by now. First situation. It was getting bad, and then the situation escalated further. Local Bahnhof. 60 at the mo. It's 80 now, actually, isn't it? 80 limits? 80 limits. You should definitely call it local Bahnhof. It's your local station, hence local Bahnhof. Except ironically it's not your local station, it's next to your local station. So it's like a nearly local Bahnhof. Welcome to local Bahnhof, Frankfurt L as it shall now be known. Green yellow on the voice signal. I'm going to miss that, aren't I? I'm going to be so excited about getting the train moving that I'm going to forget to acknowledge that green yellow. This is going to go wrong. Which bundle do you choose? Was ignored on the BR145 or Peninsula Corridor with the baby bullet? Well, I guess it depends what you want to do, really. If you want German trains, it's obvious, and if you want American trains, it's obvious. Right. PZB, 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 don't screw it up. PZB, you're doing so well, don't screw it up. PZB. It didn't need a PZB. Okay, fair enough. As we ride out of the tunnel into the overworld. Südbahnhof is where this train terminates. Get off the train. Get off the train. Oi, get off. I wouldn't say either of those options are fantastic, but then I would. I would look and see which one looks like it appeals to you more. Peninsula Corridor is a much longer route, but there's more variety, I think, on Royals Ignored because there's freight as well. Get off my train! Absolutely, as they say in them there places. Well, if you refuse to get off the train, then you'll be one of those people that comes along to the depot and gets locked in all night. And then in the morning the driver will turn up and see people in the train and just sigh and shake their head and go, that's so unrealistic. Taken to the depot, force-fed Marmite. That's just cruel and unusual punishment, JP. Come on, the punishment should fit the crime, which means Marmite is never the punishment. Your shift ends here. Drive the train into storage. Don't lose any points. No, I'm busy in the train, Fleming. I always forget to look around the stations. Green and yellow. Green and yellow. PZB. Still didn't want any PZB. Alright then. Oh no, that was a green and yellow main signal, so I didn't need it. Bit of approach control madness there. As we come to the final stop. That'll do. Oh, there you go. That's one scenario done. Oh, this is a really cool route. It really is. There's a lot to it though. It's huge. Loads of complexity in the Frankfurt area, but then it disappears off out to other places as well. So you've got Friedrichsdorf up here, and you've got Freiburg there. Glad. I'll take that. Right, let me put it back on this one. And back here. Right, so I was going to do the next one, which is Süd to Friedrichsdorf, which is basically the reverse of the journey we've just done. Freiburg, that's a different track. Freiburg to Frankfurt, let's do that one. And then we'll see how the time goes, and maybe we'll do the other one again if there's time. Freiburg, Frankfurt, which is the other arm. Welcome aboard. Due to signal works between Bad Vilbel and Frankfurt West, this train will be delayed by 5 minutes in Bad Vilbel. Make sure to stop at the right markers. This is a long 3-car train. 3-unit train, yeah. Right. Open the doors. PZB. CIFA. We are going to S6 to Frankfurt. 2, 3, 4, 5. Frankfurt. Headlights on. Instrument lights on. Good to go. We have to drive the train back. How do you mean, Kenny? I think if you mean where you drive to a point, get out, get in the other end, and drive back again. It's because a lot of routes aren't terminal routes; they're through routes. I've got fabulous ways of pronouncing all sorts of things. I mean, in jaunt video. This is generally why I say as little German as possible. Right, we're in start program, doors are closing, so therefore we're accelerating off. I should not be accelerating anywhere, put the brakes on. I've got no light. Good, clear, 40 kilometers an hour past the signal. Throwing it back to the depot. So village of the corridor does. We try and put depots in where we can, Kearney. There's some of that on Northern Transpennine. Hauptstrecke doesn't. 40 limits. For my driving F-Door, I am driving a BR423 EMU. We're out of restriction, which means we are good for the 60 that's about to hit us. Or not. Right, Brooken. That's exactly how you're supposed to pronounce that, I'm convinced. It's the 100. Clemmy, what's the top speed of this thing? Is it 140? Careful with braking. Nah, I've never overshot a station before in my life. And downhill. Let's get some e-brakes on just to help out. I played open BBE, I used to. I presume you've been train sim well done Halbert, because there are steam trains in this train simulator. Left that bit too late. Never mind. I mean, it wasn't terrible. Look, it's only one door, technically mostly half off missing. Oh, there was a top and tail class 40 with coaches, Kearney. Interesting. Was that a rail tour of some sort? Niederwohlstadt. .7 kilometres. So this is us coming down. We did sort of from about there down in. We're coming from there and going in this time, so that'll give you the top two legs. Right, slowing down for the station, coming up on a 120 drop. Have you been on the New York City subway? No, the only one I've been on in America is Boston's subway. Once. Closer to the 425 F door, but yeah, not a million miles away from the 422. Doing fine on the time. Fine on the time. I like to brake like a maniac coming into stations and then come in nice and slow so that by the time I actually get to a stop, everyone's picked themselves up, dusted themselves up off the floor, and anyone on the platform, the train just looks like it came in nice and slow and on time. The small low platform just east of Lewis Station would be for workers to for staff to effectively get on. It's a staff halt, I think they're called. So if the staff that wants to get on a train, they'll wait there. The train will stop and let them get in the cab. Right, next station, Carbon. Carbon. Ripping progress. It's a bug phase. Got it right up to the end. Oh dear. So I'll throw a question that you guys have been asking me. TS or TSW, which is the one that you're spending most time in these days? Is it a 50-50 split? Or are you finding yourself gravitating towards one over the other? And why? Is it content range? Is it specific content you're looking for? Or the experience? What's your thoughts? Right. Gross carbon. Michael Newby's a half and half. Only me is a TSW. A Crosby, you like modern electric passenger, yeah. You want a lot of people. Humando, I can see you. Coming into gross carbon now. Humando, I'm driving a BR423 on the Frankfurt or S-Bahn, the S-Bahn Rhine-Main. Dunglint, why can you not install the new add-on? Are you on Xbox, Dunglint? I believe that's been fixed now. Dortelweil. This is your favourite route, is it, on TS? It is really good. I always enjoy playing it, driving it, running it, whatever particular word you wish to use. Putting TSW on console was a genius idea. Whose idea was it? It's been a plan from the company just generally for quite a long time. A lot of requests come in all the time before TSW saying when can we have TS on console. BR420 would be awesome, yeah, Gannett. I must admit, I'm looking forward to a BR420 on TSW. Alright, we're coming into Dortelweil. Have I ever been a real train driver? No. I have driven a little shunter 10 yards down a piece of track. And that's about the extent of it. Hello, what's all this stopping already nonsense? Was it a Gronk? No, it was a little Sentinel shunter on the Bluebell Railway. They do these driver for a fiver sessions. That earns a bit of money for them, and they basically just show you how to operate the locomotive. You operate it a little bit down a siding and then back up again, and that's it. Yumundo, I can see you. You were on the phone to a friend watching him play Train Simulator. You saw a 319, but it said 195. No idea. But you knew how to operate it. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I know the basics of driving a train. It's pretty straightforward, to be honest. The specifics are where things get more tricky, but the basics are fairly straightforward. Right, got a flashing green KS signal with a 60, so we need to acknowledge it. As we can accelerate to 85. And be down to 60 for the next limit. Thankfully, I did the charity live stream last weekend, raised £3,033. Absolutely tremendous support. Down to the 6th lane for the signal. There's also a yellow. Oh, this would be the bad wheel bell. I think someone's outside the garage door, but I can't go out there at the moment. Let me come into this station. Let me pause again. I'll find out what's going on outside. Back in a minute. I'm back. I'm back. Apologies, folks. Right. Right. Turns out there was someone banging on the door. Now we are slowing down to stop, weren't we? Let's do that slopping thing. Charlize came over to tease me about the Marmite sandwich ordeal. I think that's probably what it was all about. Right, slow down, we get the 500 hertz coming up in a moment. There we go, there's 500 hertz. The blue flashing thing was related to PZB. You mean the icons down here? These are related to the in-cab signalling system called PZB. And since we were approaching a red light, sorry, we went through a speed restriction, a yellow light, and then towards a red light, there were things to do. How do I say this stop? Bad Bilbao. Sud. Bad Bilbao and Bad Bilbao Sud. Await clearance to proceed. We have a yellow. Oh, it's just gone green. Nothing on the PZB. Then a speeding we will go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not so many speedings. Where's all my score going on? Oh my word. That's brutal. Can't blow the horn, doesn't work. Slowing down, slowing down. I can't remember off the top of my head, Rob J, which ones have got it. I know West Coast Main, I know where Shap does, and Western Line. Western Lines of Scotland's basically got all of those types of things. But I don't know the full list of which ones have got the Euro Asset Pack. But if you haven't got Western Lines of Scotland, oof, fix that. FSX or XP11? I've got both. I play them both. They both got their ups and downs. I like XP11 because of the VR support, but then if you add the fly inside VR thing to FSX, that looks amazing as well. So. Right, next station, Berkersheim. Which has the advantage of being insulting to both the Brits and the Germans, I guess. I'm doing very well, thank you. I am crazy. How are you? Door override buttons. I believe they allow you to proceed even if the door's claiming themselves to be open in case there's a fault on the doors. Hey there, Tintin, how's it going? Overshooting every platform by a couple of doors. Standard operating procedure at this point. Everyone's used to it. There's just a SMH as I come to a stop from the passengers. Indeed, bad guy. Indeed, nothing has changed. Frankfurter Berg. It's like a giant sausage that in the sea, threatening to capsize ships. I don't know, Faze. I don't know. Most urban commuter trains have good acceleration and deceleration because they live and die timetable performance-wise on their ability to get to places quickly, which is not about high speed, it's about rapid acceleration and deceleration. Because they're spending very little time at your maximum speed. So to be able to get there faster and stay at it for longer is more important. Frankfurter Berg. I've only got 4 left. Frankfurter Berg, Erzsheim, Frankfurt Westbahnhof, and Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof. Well, if I'm getting 91 points at each station, and we've got 3 to go, that's another 280 odd points, so we might yet get the silver if we don't floof it up. Dervis, you're from Frankfurt? You should be recognising all this then. It needs a little bit more thought than just showing the next 3 or 4, because showing the next 3 or 4 gets actually really cluttered. In a worst case scenario, even 3 or 4 isn't going to give you the information you want. It needs to be just smarter, and it is something I'm thinking about, what the right answer for that is. But I think about this route for TSW. Oh yeah, totally. Like I said, this kind of route is my cup of tea. It's a commuter stop-start. Find the B. That'd be it then, would it? Bad guy, this is a third-party project. This isn't a Dovetail one. Apologies if I haven't made that clear. The author is actually in the chat. I'll let him make himself known if he wishes to. Right, let us move. Frankfurt Westbahnhof. I can afford one. Alright then. So Clemmy is claiming ownership of this one. This one's Clemmy's product, so big shout out to Clemmy. Fantastic piece of work this is. He's in the chat. Everyone giving a round of GG's. But you look at every project is like that, Clemmy, isn't it? When you finish a project, if you then look back on it, you're like, oh, I could have done all that so much differently, it'd be so much better. And it's very tempting to throw it all away and do it again, so you get it just that bit better, but then nothing ever gets released. And there's nothing to complain about on it. It's a good route. It's a really good route. Take every learning and apply it to the next project. Yeah, more. What's like that's some of the sort of ideas that we're looking at. Down to 90 for this marker. phase. I don't think anything that's been announced as not coming. I don't think anything ever would be announced as not coming. It's a really weird announcement to make. Well early. Wish I got bonus points for being early. I'd get my score back in no time. It's the coolest station of the route. Why is it the coolest station of the route? I do like the this overpass here. Oh, I see. That's for trains going that way. Interesting. Well, there are third-party developers working or learning the tools. There's no projects being announced. Right, Frankfurt Bahnhof. I guess this is a dive under, or is this in the main station? Find out in a minute. We're on the wrong side for the underground, actually, aren't we? We're in main station side. $70. Sam doesn't like Norwich. Why doesn't Sam like Norwich? Crown Point Depot is at Norwich. Crown Point Depot is an amazing place. Flashing green with a 3. For the next signal. Moving into Frankfurt via this route. Doing 30 by this signal. Acknowledge that one because it's yellow. coming in Frankfurt Main. I see you're sitting over there. No, I'm actually going to call it time there, Clemmy. We've done the 90 minutes is enough for today's stream, I think. It's only supposed to be an hour. I normally overrun massively. Yeah, Frankfurt is huge. Absolutely huge. I don't think it's the biggest station in Germany. I think that's Leipzig. It's, isn't that Leipzig is the biggest station in Germany? Can't remember. Scenario complete. What do we get? 8:35. That's not too terrible. We got our silver medal. Right, there you go, folks. That's it for today's stream. That's been the S-Bahn Rhine-Main, which is down as Frankfurt S-Bahn on the plan. Yeah, really good. Big shout out to Clemmy, third-party developer who's done a fantastic job on this one. Comes with the BR423. It's on Steam. Go pick it up if that's the sort of thing that interests you. All right, take care, folks. Sam, I believe, is back here tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Make sure you come and show him some love. All right, folks, take care. Bye-bye.